In this video, we are going to discuss formal units of measure. When we're looking at formal units of length measurement, we're talking about millimeters, centimeters, and meters. If we look at the ant to the far left, we can see that the ant is 3 millimeters long. A millimeter is a small unit of measure when we're talking about measuring the length of objects, or in this case, animals. We can see that a pencil is 19 centimeters long. Okay, this pencil is 19 centimeters. And then at the end, we can see that the pool table is 2.74 meters long. When we're measuring, we like to use the appropriate unit for the appropriate object. We wouldn't measure an ant using centimeters, we'd use millimeters. We wouldn't use meters to measure the length of a pencil, we'd use centimeters. And we wouldn't use millimeters to measure the length of, say for example, a pool table or a pencil, because it would just be easier to measure the length of a pool table using meters. If we use this picture as an example, we know that millimeters in this example are the smallest unit of length measurement, then centimeters, and then meters. Let's look at another example of formal units of length measurement. We can see that the pin is 26 millimeters long. We can see that a carrot is 30 centimeters long. And we can see that this palm tree is 25 meters tall. So we are using the appropriate unit of length measurement for the appropriate object. We wouldn't use meters to measure the length of a pin. We wouldn't use millimeters to measure the length of or the height of a palm tree, because it would just take too long. We want to use the appropriate unit for the appropriate object. So we would use millimeters for something that was small, something that was moderate would use centimeters, and there's something that's very large would use meters. And this is a general rule of thumb, because you want to be efficient when you're measuring the length or height of objects. Here in this last example, we have a dice, we have a comb, and we have a giraffe. What units of measurement do you think we would use or should use to measure the length of a dice, a comb, and a giraffe? What unit of measure would we use? And remember, we've got to be thinking about the appropriate unit for the appropriate object. I think for a dice we would use millimeters. I think for a comb we would use centimeters, and I think for a giraffe we would use meters. So this is a very important concept, that we want to use the appropriate unit of length or the appropriate unit of length measurement to measure certain objects.